Now on CoastTV News.
Another frosty February start to the day and another chilly day with sunshine on the way. We do start to warm it up beginning Wednesday with a milder weekend and showers. I'll track it on Futurecast coming up.
Fenwick Island's offshore wind future. Today, town officials are prepared to lay out the status of these initiatives.
Balance for inland bays, the plans being pushed in Lewis to protect wetlands while meeting the demands of development.
Seeking street safety for students. We'll show you how Milford is working to limit trouble spots near its schools.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, clear skies, cold conditions. Yep. Didn't we do this yesterday?
I think so.
Cut and paste?
Pretty much. I will say I think there's like this much more frost on cars this morning.
Okay.
But
so it's a little different.
Little different, right. Maybe give yourself like 30 more seconds than you did yesterday to get the frost.
Extra elbow grease
Exactly.
for the scraper. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, let's bring in first alert meteorologist Bob Trahy. Now, Bob, is what we're saying right? Are we on track?
You are on track. Absolutely, guys. Good morning to you. And it's one of the benefits of a garage again this morning, having that cover to keep it out of the frosty conditions because we do have a heavy frost. You'll be scraping for a while again this morning with temperatures in the 20s to near 30 inland areas. Not so much along the coast. Your temperatures above freezing from Lewis back through Bethany Beach. And we have a breeze still out of the northeast. Not as strong as it was yesterday, but still a little gusty along the coast. A little lighter inland. So it feels like temperatures. It feels like 20 in Milford right now, 24 in Georgetown, and 29 Indian River Inlet. So you know the drill by now. Bundle up out the door as we're looking at mainly clear skies. Some clouds scraping the coast right now. Big storm offshore is sending some of those clouds our way. But overall, it's high pressure keeping us high and dry. So some of those clouds this morning. Otherwise, temperatures do rise above freezing around 8 a.m. Upper 30s by 9, lower 40s by noon. And I think we do warm it up a couple degrees into the low to mid 40s by this afternoon. And with the lighter winds, wind chill values not as bad. Feeling like 20s this morning with the wind, actual temperatures in the 30s and eventually into the low to mid 40s later on.
All right, thanks, Bob. Happening today, Fenwick Island continuing to look at offshore wind plans. The Environmental Committee will give an update on the status of these types of projects. That was last month that energy company Ørsted announced it was withdrawing its plans to build a wind farm off of the Delmarva coast. Fenwick Island had been part of a plan to be home for an interconnection facility, but that was scrapped back in 2020.
Ocean Pines is working to get its finances set for the 2024-2025 fiscal year, and in its proposed budget, over $18 million in expenses is what will be on the table. It's the largest increase in over $500,000 for police, the biggest reduction occurring for the Yacht Club. That's over $79,000. A town hall to discuss the budget is scheduled for today at 11 a.m.
Yeah, Senate hearing for the proposed Fairness in Girls Sports Act in Maryland. This is the bill that would ban transgendered athletes from competing in girls' high school sports. The version in the Senate, sponsored by Lower Shore Republican Mary Beth Carrozza, the House Ways and Means Committee voted against this bill last week, meaning whatever happens today will not be approved by the General Assembly in this session. House sponsor Republican Delegate Kathy Zaliga says she will bring the bill back next year.
Happening today, Maryland Governor Wes Moore is scheduled to give his second State of the State address. And according to the governor's office, he will be introducing 16 new bills. They are aimed at making Maryland a safer, more affordable state. One of those bills is called the Enough Act, which aims to tackle poverty in Maryland. You can watch that address live online at noon.
Developing news out of Milford, that's where city officials are continuing their effort to make the North Walnut Street and North Rehoboth Boulevard safer. Now, most days it can be a chaotic scene with students heading home from Milford High School. The city held an open house to show off different options to make getting around on foot or bike safer. One person we spoke with says this is a great idea, especially with Milford High and Central Academy so close by.
People who have just turned into their teen years attending the Central Academy, and there are students who are high school students who also walk to school. Plus there are teen drivers, and they're just learning the rules of the road, so they need to kind of be able to have some safety protection there as well.
And according to a representative from the Dover-Kent Metropolitan Planning Organization, that's the organization working on this, there could be a third public workshop about this intersection.
The Lewis Environmental Subcommittee working with the Delaware Center for the Inland Bays to take extra precautions so wetlands are not harmed as developments grow. The group hopes to update the current ordinance for wetlands. The Inland Bays says it could be improved by differentiating between types of wetlands, mandating a wider buffer between construction and wetlands, and adding more native vegetation. The Delaware Center for Inland Bays says protecting wetlands means more than just preserving natural beauty.
Wetlands are hugely important for all of us. People may not realize that they're a great way of storing floodwater. So the more wetlands you have, the less flooding you have in your streets and your homes and businesses.
And the Lewis Environmental Subcommittee will be meeting again February 12th to continue the discussions of the wetland buffers.
Yeah, there are policies in place in Lewis already to protect wetlands from being harmed by construction. Builders have specific areas where they can and cannot build. They are required to check and report on any wetlands before starting work. Well, you're now looking live at our nation's capital. There was plenty of activity yesterday in that building regarding a proposed bill that would have provided taxpayer money to Israel. There was also a possible impeachment. And today the House could revote on impeaching Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. That's according to Representative Ken Buck. That's after a setback for that resolution last night.
Yeah, also today is a planned Senate vote on a controversial measure involving immigration, Israel, and Ukraine. Amy Kiley shows us the next steps for lawmakers.
Okay, what's round two? We need a round two here.
That question could apply to a number of issues before Congress. They include 2 GOP plans the House shot down last night. One is a resolution to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
The principle is very clear that Mayorkas did not commit a high crime or misdemeanor.
It lowers the grounds of impeachment to a point where we can expect it to be leveled against every conservative Supreme Court justice, every future Republican president and cabinet member the moment the Democrats take control.
Despite defectors, yesterday's failure is mainly due to the temporary absence of Majority Leader Steve Scalise. Meanwhile,
the bill is not passed.
The plan to support Israel with standalone legislation faces an uncertain future. It's from the House Speaker, who met with families of hostages and his Israeli counterpart yesterday.
History beckons us to act boldly and decisively to defend Israel.
Today, Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Tel Aviv to discuss a possible ceasefire, and the Senate voting on a package aimed at Israel, border security, and Ukraine. Although some supporters acknowledge
It's been killed, it's been beaten. It was beaten before it even saw the light of day.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
And Delaware's lone Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester issued a statement saying she voted against the bill, saying, quote, the bill excluded funding for much-needed humanitarian assistance to Palestinian civilians, for Ukraine's ability to continue to defend itself, for mutual security and economic interests with Taiwan, and for our bipartisan efforts to secure the southern border, end quote. All right, well, we are just getting started this morning, Matt.
Yeah, coming up, an arrest has been made for the bomb threats to Mardella Middle and High School in January. We will tell you why the suspect says they made those calls.
Also, the debate over the minimum wage increase in Maryland, more money for entry-level workers, and the higher costs for small businesses.
And road work set to start in just a couple of hours on a main road in and out of Milton. The impact expected for drivers in that area. All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
With all the choices of services around Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields, including Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, Active Pest Solutions, Delmarva Dave, and Buchanan Subaru. Visit DelmarvaExperts.com for various local professionals offering the best of Delmarva. Delmarva Experts, local experts right where you need them.
The doctors of Delmarva Chiropractic take great pride in offering the finest, most individualized care to their patients and stay on the cutting edge of healthcare and clinical interventions. As winners of Coastal Style and Metropolitan Magazine's Best Chiropractors for 7 years in a row, Doctors Lane, Brown, and Taylor help with conditions such as back pain, sciatica, headaches, concussions, dizziness, and much more. The clinic also offers laser therapy, decompression, acupuncture, and custom orthotics. Call Delmarva Chiropractic today and take the first step toward achieving your maximum potential.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
It sounds like Beth Bears is back again.
My voice, it's very distinctive. I don't know if you're aware.
Then David Guetta is here.
Wednesday at 2 on CoastTV.
Just about 5:11 on this frosty Wednesday morning. Bay Health Cam from Dover, 28 degrees. At least the roads are dry, but we will be scraping frost for a little while this morning with temperatures below freezing inland, 20s and lower 30s, mid to upper 30s along the coast right now. And that's where your winds are strongest, and those feels like temperatures in the 20s and 30s. So bundle up out the door if you're warming up the car or scraping the frost. Some clouds scraping the coast right now. Otherwise, we're looking at mainly clear skies and a few clouds for the kiddos at the bus stop. 28, cold and frosty off to the school bus, and then heading home 44 degrees and still on the chilly side and mostly sunny.
All right, well, Cape Henlopen State Park, they're preparing for summer already. Starting today, the Main Beach Boardwalk at the McBride Bathhouse will be closed for repairs. Park officials say not to worry because the beach will remain accessible from the north and south access at Main Beach, Point Comfort, Fort Miles, and Herring Point. And that is what's going on there at Cape Henlopen. Now, we got another scheduled road closure to tell you about. Cave Neck Road between Diamond Farm Road to Hudson Road in Milton. It's going to be closed starting at 8 a.m. today through Friday night, February 9th. DelDOT says work is needed for the replacement of a failing crossroad pipe. Easing traffic in Georgetown next week, the town will hear a presentation from the Rossi Group on a traffic calming report. The presentation will be heard at the town council meeting on February 12th. At 7 p.m. There's an update on the Millsboro bypass. Officials from DelDOT will be at the town's library today to answer questions about the progress of the road work. Ground was broken last April for the long-awaited construction to create a two-lane road between Route 113 and Route 24. Construction is expected to be completed sometime in 2025, and that meeting is set for 6:30 p.m.
3 of the biggest broadcasters in sports are teaming up. Disney's ESPN, Fox Corporation, and Warner Brothers Discovery will be creating a super platform that's going to house their sports asset under a single streaming roof. This will offer consumers access to a host of sporting events, including NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and more. No word yet on what it will be named or how much that subscription will cost you. Well, if you're constantly shocked at the price of fast food, you may see some relief. McDonald's now reporting weaker than expected sales at its U.S. stores, and executives are finally acknowledging customers, they just need a break. McDonald's indicated the chain would cut some prices on their menu, although the details on the timing or the size of any of those price cuts hasn't yet been announced. I'm looking forward to that, though. All right, still to come this morning, tipped Maryland workers could be in for a wage increase. We're telling you how Maryland compares to the other Delmarva states in paying its workers.
We're seeing starry skies this morning and frosty conditions, and our Spicer Brothers cam from Salisbury, blinking towers. 30 degrees for you as it is a frosty start, but the sun will melt it off as we go through the morning hours, and temperatures this afternoon a little warmer with a bigger warm up into the weekend and some shower chances as well. I'll have the details coming up in 2 minutes.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
At Spicer Brothers, we're not just about installing roofs. We're about protection, durability, and peace of mind. Our team of skilled professionals can install your last roof using the highest quality materials in as little as 1 day. And we make it easy with on-site design and digital proposal.
And right now, save $1,000 off your new roof. Plus, have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty. And the best part, enjoy no interest and no payments for 18 months.
Call today and schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
The most incredible shopping on the beach, Blooming Boutique. Fashion, jewelry, and accessories as cool as an ocean breeze. You'll love this place. We put a smile on your face. You'll love this place. It's Blooming Boutique. Fashion.
Visit Blooming Boutique's 4 convenient locations, downtown Milford, Long Neck, and 2 in downtown Lewis. We carry resort wear all year long.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
On an all-new Drew. I just cannot wait to get this party started. My friend for numerous decades, Sam Rockwell. We've never not danced.
Of course we're dancing.
Wednesday at noon on Coast TV.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
All right, 5:16 a.m. on this Wednesday morning in the middle of your screen. We're showing you a live look at Dover. And Bob, look, I see you constantly working during our breaks, updating your forecast, but I'm telling you, what you're laying down today sounds very familiar.
Yeah, cut and paste, rinse, repeat, that kind of a thing. And that's what we have going on, Matt, as we are stuck in this chilly pattern with this monster ridge of high pressure to our north, just exerting itself with the chilly weather, but it's keeping us quiet. Make sure you scan the QR code right here. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. You want that app during stormy and non-stormy times. And we've got the frost this morning. We'll be out there for a while. It's a heavy frost on the cars, scraping for about another, 5 to 10 minutes, with temperatures below freezing in most inland locations. 29 in Salisbury right now. Del Mar, you're at 27. Greenwood, 28. Milton, 26. We've got mid-30s along the coast. So with temperatures above freezing there, marginal frost along the coast. It's inland. We have the heavy frost. And we've got some stronger winds along the coast, so really bundle up out the door. Still that persistent northeast wind right now. A little lighter inland, so that feels like that temperature and wind combined, what it feels like on your exposed skin. 29 Indian River Inlet, 27 in Del Mar. Feels like 24 in Georgetown and 23 into Milford. So do indeed bundle up. We're looking at mostly clear skies, most inland areas, but there are some clouds along the coast, kind of scraping the coast right now as we've got a big storm off the coast, and that is sending some clouds our way. So they'll be right along the coast as we go through the day as we're watching this big ocean storm moving away. Otherwise, it's that strong high pressure still in place for one more day, as we're seeing that strong storm to our south moving away because we have this big blocking high to the north. But eventually this will slide offshore and we'll begin a warm up as we go into tomorrow. Not so this morning. Temperatures right around the freezing mark. A few clouds along the coast. We're in the upper 30s by 9, lower 40s by noon. And I think we're topping out a couple degrees warmer than yesterday into the middle 40s. So that'll be nice. And I think the winds back off a little bit too. Mainly clear through the evening and into the overnight. And by tomorrow morning, temperatures in the 20s and 30s, and then even warmer into Thursday. A few more clouds, and by afternoon, we're into the upper 40s and lower 50s. So that'll be nice as a warm up begins. We also increase some moisture. We'll be looking at a few showers building in later Friday on into Saturday. So with the warm up comes a chance of some showers on into the weekend. Not a steady rain. That remains to our south on Sunday. And then we could be looking at a much bigger system moving our way later Monday and Tuesday. Right now, it looks like a cold rain with wind and maybe snow west of I-95, maybe up into New York. It's a big storm, but for us, it's just a rainstorm, maybe ending as a little bit of snow. But of course, we'll continue to watch that system. Your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 7-day forecast. Chilly today, then into the 50s beginning Thursday, 58 Friday, 62 on Saturday with the scattered showers, and more of those showers Sunday into Monday as we cool it down. And Tuesday is a yellow alert day where we could see at least a half an inch of rain and wind gusts at least 30 miles per hour. We'll be watching that. Suzanne Carmel is our umbrella winner today. Congratulations, Suzanne. She's from Millville, and she has a brand new umbrella, courtesy of Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thanks, Bob. And hey, if you haven't heard yet, Coast TV has a brand new Facebook page for the latest in news, exclusive content, and interactive discussions. Visit and follow our new page. Head over to facebook.com/CoastTVNBC or scan that QR code that's on your screen to stay connected with us. Higher salaries, better benefits, and signing bonuses. All sounds great, right? It seems to be working. The Delaware Department of Human Resources has now set consecutive hiring records after a strategic state government workforce recruitment campaign that promotes all of those things. In 2023, more than 4,500 state employees were hired and promoted. That's up 22% since the start of the Carney administration back in 2017. In 2022, 4,000 state employees were hired, rehired, and promoted. The aggressive campaign to make state jobs more competitive was a response to a tight labor market after the COVID-19 pandemic.
Maryland legislators introduced a bill that would increase the minimum wage for tipped workers to $15 an hour. And if approved, servers would make the $15 an hour plus tips. Ray Doherty says this change would be way too expensive for his local business.
I have to cut my staff. I can't pay servers $15 an hour plus tips, plus kitchen staff more than that, and stay in economically in business. It's not going to work. I have to cut back my staff and maybe change my system where it's more self-serve.
In a General Assembly hearing on the proposed One Fair Wage Act of 2024 that will be held next week on February 14th.
And according to the U.S. Department of Labor, the minimum wage for tipped employees is currently $3.63 in Maryland. It's $2.23 in Delaware and $2.13 in Virginia.
Well, more to come this morning. The latest in that January bomb threat at Mardella Middle and High School as a man is now facing charges. Don't go anywhere on Coast TV News today.
The game you know and love, Deal or No Deal, is back. But this time, it's Deal or No Deal Island. Hidden throughout this island are cases worth millions of dollars. They don't bite that hard.
Let's go!
You can trust me. Keep your friends close.
Enemies closer.
People are gonna throw their friends under the bus.
Deal or No Deal?
Deal or No Deal Island, February 26th on NBC and Peacock.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
Tax time is a great time to get a new car. And right now, you can drive away with zero down at the car store because you can defer your down payment until you get your taxes back. Zero down. TheCarStoreOnline.com.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view soaring over the shore. Mondays on Coast TV News at 6. Brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Delmarva's classic rock. Big 107.7.
If directions to your destination include turning off the paved road, you are a truck store customer, and we've got the trucks you need to get the job done. Find your next truck at the truck store. Route 13 Delmar, Route 13 Dover. 2 locations, one great company.
The Dover Air Force Base hosting a blood drive next week to help support and treat wounded veterans and service members. This drive will take place Monday, February 12th. It runs from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. It's at the Dover Air Force Base Gym and Human Performance Center.
A motion has been filed to push back a preliminary hearing for a man from Salisbury. It's also the son of Mitzi Perdue, for his alleged involvement in the January 6th Capitol riots back in 2021. According to court documents, the U.S. Attorney for D.C. and lawyers for Carlos Ayala jointly asked the judge to move back the February 8th hearing to an undecided date between March 14th and the 18th. The documents go on to say both parties need more time to complete exchange and review information about the witnesses along with evidence both parties plan to present at trial.
An arrest has been made following the series of bomb threats directed at Mardella Middle and High School on January 10th. According to the Wicomico Sheriff's Office, 18-year-old Traquan Worthy of Crisfield confessed to his involvement in the bomb threats, and he was served on February 1st. Police say during the investigation, Worthy explained that his intentions were not to cause any harm, but in fact to get his friend, who goes to the schools, out of school for the day. Law enforcement concluded that the immediate risk to public safety is low. Worthy's now facing charges.
Well, we bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. And Bob, the sun's going to be out today, so we've got that going for us.
Yes, we do have that going for us, Matt and Paige. But it is still pretty chilly, and it's a frosty start. Not as frosty along the beaches. And be careful and watch out for some inundation along the beaches. We have a northeast wind, and at the time of high tide, that water could come up around a foot or so. So the typical places that flood at high tide could see that. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, some clouds along the coast this morning, and temperatures this afternoon into the mid to upper 40s. Not as windy. Lewis and Rehoboth Beach, mid-30s early on, and a few clouds, low to mid 40s in Lewis, and the same for Rehoboth. Waves around 1 to 3 feet. So that ferry ride from Lewis to Cape May, not too bad today. We are looking at temperatures beginning to warm up. In fact, balmy by the weekend, but with the warmer temperatures comes a chance of rain. I'll pinpoint that coming up in about 3 minutes.
Thanks, Bob. Also coming up after the break, lawmakers have a busy day ahead of them as 2 plans were shot down yesterday. We're telling you what officials could decide regarding a proposed bill and a possible impeachment.
Also, money available for top teachers. We'll tell you about a grant for the Indian River School District.
And Milford intersection safety being discussed at an open house. What officials say could be next for a heavily traveled area in the city. We'll be right back after the break.
At Draper Media, we offer more than TV and radio advertising. We reach your customers wherever they are, at the gas pump, in bars and restaurants, driving around Delmarva, in a taxi or rideshare at the beach, on social media, or searching for products and services, checking their email, and listening to podcasts or streaming video. Our plans fit all your business needs. Email Frank Hamilton today.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long, only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
Not feeling well? Before you head to the emergency room, consider your options. The emergency room is for life-threatening issues. If you have an issue that is not emergent, please contact your primary care provider. They know you and your medical history and are best able to treat you. If you need care and you just can't wait, or it's after hours, visit your nearest Your DocSend Urgent Care Center or Tidal Health Immediate Care. To learn more about the most appropriate place for care, visit tidalhealth.org/where-to-go.
Is your home dry-teched yet? Have you even looked in there? With so much rain recently, homes across Delmarva are reporting water in the crawl space.
It doesn't take much water to saturate wood, damage insulation, and lead to mold growth, affecting your energy costs and even your health.
Dry-Tech's exclusive CHAMP system is designed to make your crawl space dry.
And keep it dry. Guaranteed.
Dry-Tech, Delmarva's original crawl space experts for over 15 years. Have you dry-teched yet?
This is CoastTV News Today.
February 7th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pence. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, we're approaching 5:29 on this Wednesday morning. Paige, yes. We are a week away from Valentine's Day, if my math is correct.
I think
February
so.
7th, 7 days.
Yep. Yeah, it should
14th.
be.
Yeah.
It's on a Wednesday.
How about that?
It's kind of tough when it's on a Wednesday, though, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, can't really go out I guess you could go out for dinner.
I would imagine like a lot of people do stuff that weekend or
Yep.
maybe the weekend after, but it's right in the middle of the week on
Yeah.
a school night. Or
Yeah,
work.
I know what you
You
mean.
have to go to work the next day.
We're probably going to be asleep when everyone else is going for dinners. So
Yeah, the
Crazy Valentine's Day.
It won't be very romantic in the household that Wednesday night. I'll tell you that.
I'll be asleep, but maybe this weekend.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, all right, well, that's
Maybe.
fine. Celebrate with your loved ones this weekend whenever you want. Every day's Valentine's Day.
Ah.
Yeah, let's bring in someone we love.
We love
Bob Trihey. Hey, Bob.
I'll do it too.
Cute.
Thanks, guys. You know, you can celebrate Valentine's Day, the weekend before, the weekend after, if you have a nice romantic dinner with your significant other. I'm planning that with my wife next week. Not exact, Wednesday. It's just in the middle of the week, as you mentioned. Kind of tough there. We're looking at temperatures in the 20s and 30s this morning. Frosty inland with temperatures below freezing, mid to upper 30s along the coast. So a heavy frost, light winds, that is all conducive to the frost inland. Winds a little stronger along the coast, and I think you're seeing some clouds there as well. Feels like temperatures in the 20s and 30s, as cold as 22 in Milford, 24 in Georgetown. So it is another cold and frosty morning. Maybe some of those clouds along the coast. We've got a big ocean storm, and the clouds will be skimming the coast of Maryland and Delaware as we go through the morning. But for the rest of us, it's sunshine with high pressure still in charge. So we're looking at temperatures near freezing this morning. By 7:30, we start to creep above freezing, and by 9, close to 40 degrees, and by noon, lower 40s. And I think we'll be slightly warmer today with highs into the mid 40s with mostly sunny skies. If you're going for a jog with the breeze, maybe jog to the south with a north-northeast wind and bundle up. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s, but it will be dry, and you don't have to avoid dodge any snow or rain this morning.
Well, that's good news. All right, thanks, Bob. Well, we have developing news from Milford. That's where city officials are attempting to solve the issue for safety for students on roads and sidewalks near schools.
CoastTV's Charles Reiner shows us what kind of changes could be put in place to make getting around on foot and on a bike safer at North Walnut Street and North Rehoboth Boulevard.
These are just some of the plans in the works for this infamously wonky intersection. An open house Tuesday night showed off numerous changes to the area of North Walnut Street and North Rehoboth Boulevard, including an additional shared use path along Rehoboth Boulevard and a crosswalk outside of Milford High.
Students go frequently to access the businesses, go to and from the school. We know the cross-country team goes there all the time. We were just speaking to someone about that. And if we had a crosswalk there, it would allow students to cross safely without putting themselves in the path of the vehicles.
The project is part of the North Rehoboth Boulevard and North Walnut Street corridor study, and that study is expected to be finished up this coming June. Kay McFadden says something needs to be done at that intersection.
Safety improvements would be a good step for the people who are pedestrians, and also to protect drivers who are going through that intersection.
This project is an effort between the City of Milford and the Dover-Kent County Metropolitan Planning Organization, which aims to help get projects done in towns all around the state. The organization says this is an important project, as this intersection is a dangerous one.
There have been a few accidents there involving pedestrians, but it's also because we want to prevent something like that happening.
Jacob says after going through both the city and DelDOT, these ideas could become reality in the next few years.
And according to Jacob, there could be a third public workshop talking about this project, but that depends on the feedback that the project gets tonight and if Milford City Council wants to see a third one. I'm Charles Reiner in Milford, CoastTV News.
There are rules placed in Lewis to protect wetlands from being harmed by building projects. This as the Lewis Environmental Subcommittee working with the Delaware Center for Inland Bays to take extra precautions so that wetlands are not harmed as development grows in that area. Now, based on current wetland codes from the city, these rules tell builders where they can and cannot build. They make them check and report on any wetlands before starting the work and stop them from building in certain areas to keep those wetlands safe. There is a special zone around wetlands where building is limited to help keep the water and the land clean and safe for animals and plants.
Well, this does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know where you think or what you think should be a priority for Lewis.
All right, let's check it out here. So 12% of you, there we go, 12% development, 16% flood protection, but look at that, whopping 69% say it should be nature conservation. Just 3% of you say the priority should be economic growth. All good ideas, but I guess whatever you think is the top priority, you can still vote if you'd like. Looks like we have a new QR code. That's cool.
Yeah.
Scan that. I'll give you a second. 1, 2, I'll give you 3 seconds. Or go to coasttv.com/vote.
All right, well, moving on, the Indian River School District has been awarded a state teacher residency grant for the 2024-2025 school year. The over $400,000 grant will allow the district to host up to 20-year-long teacher residence. The district says it will partner with Delaware Technical and Community College, the Relay Graduate School of Education, and the University of Delaware. Teacher residence will be placed at various schools, including North Georgetown and East Millsboro elementary schools.
The Indian River School District's Teacher of the Year process is beginning. Nominations are open until March 4th. In order to be the District Teacher of the Year, that teacher needs to continue to actively teach in Indian River for the 2024-2025 school year. Teachers recognized as the Indian River District Teacher of the Year within the past 3 years, well, they are not eligible.
Well, happening today, offshore wind back on the table for Fenwick Island. This morning, the Environmental Committee will be providing an update on offshore wind. It was last month that the energy company Ørsted announced it was withdrawing its plans to build a wind farm off of the Delmarva coast. Fenwick Island, they had been part of a plan to be home for an interconnection facility, but that was scrapped in 2020.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore is scheduled to give his second State of the State address. According to the governor's office, he will be introducing 16 new bills. They're aimed at making Maryland a safer and more affordable state. One of those bills is called the Enough Act, and that aims to tackle poverty in Maryland. You can watch that address live today at noon.
Well, we're going to show you a live look here. It's Washington, D.C., U.S. Capitol, in the center of activity that could affect national security and also aid in wars halfway around the world. And as early as today, the House could revote in impeaching Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, according to Representative Ken Buck.
Now, also today is a planned Senate vote on a controversial measure that involves immigration, Israel, and Ukraine.
Yeah, those moves come after the House shot down 2 Republican plans last night. And despite defectors, yesterday's failure is mainly due to the temporary absence of Majority Leader Steve Scalise.
Meanwhile, a plan to support Israel with standalone legislation that faces an uncertain future after failing just last night. And this after the House Speaker met with families of hostages and his Israeli counterpart just yesterday. Well, a new development in the classified documents probe against President Biden. A senior law enforcement official tells NBC News that the report by Department of Justice Special Counsel Robert Hur will be made public in the coming days. Hur investigated how classified documents made their way into President Biden's Delaware home and a private office he used before becoming president in January of 2021. This comes after the special counsel Robert Hur interviewed both President Biden and his son Hunter as part of this investigation.
Got more news to get to? Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up this morning, invasive fish removal in Maryland. We're telling you which fish the state wants out of its waters.
Also, Seaford girls basketball looking to keep rolling on a win streak. It went down to the wire last night against Woodbridge. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva.
We salute Brian Comlow. Brian served 8 years in the Navy and 30 years as a Delaware police officer. Brian is now a deputy sheriff for Sussex County, serving his community and helping others has always been in his blood. Thank you for your service.
If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view soaring over the shore. Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Plumbing problems?
If your toilet won't flush and your water stops running, pick up the phone and call East Coast Plumbing.
Heating problems?
If it's cold outside and the heater's not running, pick up the phone and call East Coast Plumbing.
Marital problems?
Yeah, call that guy.
If your toilet won't flush and your water stops running, pick up the phone and call East Coast Plumbing.
For all your plumbing and heating needs.
Are you dreaming of the perfect outdoor space where you can relax and entertain? Look no further than Delmarva's most trusted partner, Spicer Brothers. We pride ourselves on superior craftsmanship and only use the finest materials to create beautiful, durable decks. From classic wooden decks to low-maintenance PVC materials, we have the perfect solution for you. And right now, get a free Green Mountain Grill with your new deck. Plus, enjoy 0% financing with no payments and no interest for 18 months. Spicer Brothers, turning homeowners' dreams into reality for over 20 years.
My real estate approach is about building relationships with my clients and providing the best experience with results.
She's not going to let you down. She's going to make sure that even when there's a bump in the road, she smooths it out quickly.
She would facilitate anything that we needed. She went above and beyond.
So it was a very seamless process where she delivered on everything she said she would do.
She was so patient with all of our questions. It was a great experience overall.
Let me help you get to your next destination.
Call our mom, she's the best.
She really is.
The Black community has always carried the power of storytelling. From the prolific musicians of West Africa to courageous activists and leaders to fearless digital creators. Join us as we discover and evolve our stories. Discover Black heritage.
The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on CoastTV.
Frosty for most of us on this Wednesday morning. Not so for the beach. You've got some clouds, a little breeze out there. Ocean City right now, 37, but still some light frost is possible. And temperatures are below freezing. Inland areas, 28 Greenwood, 26 in Milton, 29 in Salisbury. But along the coast, you've got a few clouds, a little bit of a breeze, keeping your temperatures into the mid to upper 30s. And that's where it is breeziest right now. It feels like temperatures into the 20s and 30s. So you definitely want to bundle up. Do have some clouds skimming the coast right now. It's the edge of a big ocean storm. Otherwise, inland areas, we're looking at more in the way of clear skies and a good looking day. Don't need the umbrella with sunshine today. Heavy jacket for sure. Hat and gloves, you need those. Ice scraper, you'll be scraping for a good 5 to 10 minutes this morning. And make sure you have a nice warm cup of coffee or hot chocolate. And make sure you have the sunglasses as well.
Well, the Indian River School District Board of Education is looking for interested candidates to fill 2 vacant seats in the district. One, this will be through June 30th, and any interested candidates should contact Superintendent Jay Owens or Jennifer Troublefield. Candidate filing form and letter of interest are needed to be submitted by 4 p.m. on February 16th.
Happening now, the deadline fast approaching to file for Seaford's municipal election. According to the city, there are 2 council seats for a 3-year term that are open, as well as the mayor's seat for the 2-year term. If you're interested in running, the last day to file for candidacy is Friday, February 23rd at 4 p.m. And the city says the 2024 election, that'll be held April 20th.
Well, those who live in Milton, mark your calendars for March the 2nd. It's your chance to vote in the town council election at the Milton Fire Department. Election is from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And this year, there are 3 candidates, Frederick Harvey, Lee Revis-Plank, and Aaron Willis. They are vying for 2 spots on the council. And if you can't make it in person to the polls, then you can request an absentee ballot by March 1st.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Seaford girls basketball out for revenge after losing to Woodbridge by 24 points less than a month ago. DSN's Luke Mealy breaks down the action.
The Seaford Blue Jays pull off the road upset, a 77-54 victory for Seaford. Let's get right into the highlights. This was a second quarter that was completely dominated by Tingle, by Cornish Bain, and all of the Blue Jays did just about everything right. Here's Tingle again. She scored 3 straight baskets. At that point, it was 8 straight for Seaford. They'd go on to make it 12 in a row. But now some highlights for Woodbridge. The over-the-head pass from Amaya Fletcher. Reagan Robinson doesn't waste the highlight. Drills the long 3-pointer. This game was back and forth, but now a highlight from the Seaford side. What a save from Sarah Porras, and one for Cornish Bain. Slamming the floor. The energy was apparent all night for the Blue Jays. And then Cornish Bain stepping through, flipping home too. This one was back and forth at that point, and they continued to hold strong in the lead, and they just continued to do it with more defense. Another look at the beautiful play for Cornish, and then off a missed free throw, even going down to get it on the glass. Jenica Odaris, who had a bunch of huge blocks for Seaford in this game. They call her the Matumbo of the team. Got the bucket. Amira Tingle this time, stretching it out from the outside. The lead ballooned to a 15-point advantage at the half, and Seaford would keep on growing it. They've now won 4 straight on the road, 6 straight overall. 10-6 now is Seaford's record. The Blue Jays go on to win this one, 77-54 on the road.
That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
All right, well, today in some entertainment news, a Grammy winner getting some unwanted attention, and a pair of 80s fantasy films, they're coming back. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Taylor Swift's attorneys are threatening legal action against a college student who tracks the singer's private jet. Jack Sweeney says he received a cease and desist letter over his social media accounts that report flights by Swift and other celebrities. Sweeney claims he's merely reporting publicly available flight data. The letter claims the reports pose an imminent threat to her safety and well-being. Sweeney says Swift's fans are interested in her travels, and she should expect her jet will be tracked.
How are you enjoying my labyrinth?
It's a piece of cake.
Really? Oh.
2 Jim Henson classics are back. Shout Studios and the Jim Henson Company have released what they're calling the definitive digital versions of Labyrinth, starring David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly.
When single shines the triple sun shall be whole. The two make one.
This is a piece of the Dark Crystal.
And The Dark Crystal, directed by Henson and Frank Oz. The films are now available as a digital bundle on select platforms. Awaiting the great conjunction in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
It is a frosty start out there. Tidal Health Cam in Seaford right now. It's frosty. I'm sure some of the cars have some of the frost on it. And we are looking at a chilly day and a warm-up as we go into the weekend. And with the warm-up comes some showers in the forecast. I'll have it on Futurecast coming up at 5:47.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Wow! It looks great in here! Hey Mark, I'm here to help, buddy! Sounds good! We're a little short-staffed. No problem! I brought my crew! Well, why not? Let's get started. Everybody needs a hot tub. Yeah! Who doesn't need a pool toy? Hey, put it back! So what you got here? It's a Finley O sauna for all your aches and pains. Yeah! So come see us at our new showroom, Pools and Spas Unlimited of Milford. Why not?
Welcome to Deal or No Deal Island. More adventure? Anyone afraid of heights? What? More risk? Don't worry, they don't bite. That hard. Same question. Deal or no deal?
Deal or No Deal Island, February 26th on NBC and Peacock.
It is 5:47 on your Wednesday morning. Let's take a live look right now at Ocean City, where it all just seems good and chill, Bob. It's a little good and chill.
Chill for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, chilly.
Chill for everybody.
That's right. But you did say it's warming up, but does that mean, like, what, we're getting in the 30s? You know?
40s today, and then we step up those temperatures in the next several days, and 60s by the weekend page. So we're looking forward to that. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. Lots of great weather information there. And here's some more for you to ingest. 46 is the average high for this time of year. We're looking at about 45 for the high. So still one more day below average, and then we're above average after that. 52 on Thursday. By Friday, we're up to 58. How about that? And then Saturday is the mild day, 62, but with the milder weather comes a chance of a few showers. Then it does cool down a little bit by Sunday with a high around 57. Nowhere near 50s or 60s right now. We're in the 20s and 30s. It's frosty cold out there. 29 in Salisbury, Milton 26, Greenwood 28. Along the coast, a little breezier. We've got some more clouds, so it's keeping you a little milder, so to speak, mid to upper 30s. You can see those winds 17 miles per hour at Indian River Inlet, 12 at Bethany Beach. And not as strong inland, but you factor in the winds and the temperature, and you get the feels like temperature. And it feels like 28 at Indian River Inlet, 27 in Milford, 28 Delmar, and Seaford 26. So definitely bundle up out there as we have mainly clear skies, but you can see some of this white moving. These are some clouds, kind of the outer fringe of an ocean storm that is skimming the coast of Delaware and Maryland right now. And we'll see that, I think, through the morning hours. Nothing in the way of precipitation, just some clouds skimming skimming the coast. We've got high pressure farther inland, still protecting us from any kind of storminess, as we saw a big storm move to our south yesterday, and that big high still over the top of us for today, but then that starts to slide away tomorrow, and we begin the warm-up. Futurecast this morning, we're right around freezing in Millsboro at 7 a.m., as is Georgetown. Upper 30s by 9. Still lots of sunshine. A few of those clouds perhaps along the coast, but I think everybody's in the sun by noon with temperatures in the low 40s, mid 40s for highs this afternoon. So I think we're about 2 or 3 degrees warmer today than we were yesterday. And as we go into this evening, mainly clear skies. Still very chilly by Thursday morning into the low 30s, but we will start to warm things up into the 40s and 50s as we go into Thursday. 3:30 around 51 in Millsboro, 50 in Georgetown with a few more clouds. We'll continue to increase those clouds with the warmth towards the end of the week with some showers Friday, and then again on into Saturday, a few more showers into Sunday. And then it looks like a much bigger system comes up the coast. Right now it looks like a cold rain as we go on into Tuesday, and snow well to our west and north, maybe ending as a little bit of wintry precip here on Delmarva, but we'll continue to watch that system. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 40s today with sunshine, 52 Thursday, 58 on Friday, Saturday 62 with the showers. Those showers on and off into Sunday and Monday as it cools down. And Tuesday is a yellow alert day. We could see at least a half an inch of rain and maybe winds in excess of 30 miles per hour. We'll certainly be keeping an eye on that system.
All right, thanks, Bob. And for more weather updates, make sure to pull out your phones and scan the QR code for our First Alert Weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need. Well, here's something for history buffs in Sussex County. The Tunnel West Preservation Project's making progress. That's according to the town of Ocean View. The Civil War era house is located on Central Avenue, and it is an important part of the historic village. You can see the renovation photo of the house on your screen. Town says through grants and community donations, the house was able to get a much-needed makeover. The project is to help restore the house to preserve history and make important repairs.
The Maryland Department of Natural Resources mobilizing under a new objective for the next coming months, rooting out invasive fish species. The department now accepting applications for grants of up to $5,000. The initiative targets particularly blue catfish and northern snakeheads, which are harmful to the native species. Community-based programs and individuals are invited to apply, and removal projects. Those will begin July 1st of this year. They'll run through June of 2025.
New parking system is set to go live in downtown Salisbury. The new configuration is fully automated with entirely cashless payments, and it features license plate readers that will be used to allow access for permit holders, while hourly parkers will simply need to take a ticket. This will take effect tomorrow at the Circle Avenue parking garage.
Coming up next on Coast TV News Today, with winter in full swing, many homeowners looking for ways to stay warm while keeping the heating cost down. We'll show you some things you can do to keep the cost of the cold down in your home.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Enjoy 10 songs in a row, brought to you by Pohanka Kia of Salisbury.
Hi, this is Amber Brazier. Welcome to Brazier's Carpet Care. Drop off your rugs today or have us pick them up and let our state-of-the-art cleaning plant do the rest. Many methods are used to clean rugs, from air dusting to remove fine soil to soaking in our whirlpool. Hand-knotted rugs are carefully washed, rinsed with cold water and wrung out, followed by a trip through the centrifuge before entering our controlled temperature drying room. We also repair all types of rugs from braided to hand-knotted. Quality cleaning by people who care. That's Brazier's Carpet Care.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
Welcome to the Ride Home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the High Five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. Get the CoastTV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app, brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Inflation, food costs, colder temps. According to the Department of Energy, these are some of the reasons 1 in 6 households are behind on their utility bills.
Yeah, definitely. But there are ways to get around that sticker shock that comes in the winter months. Alexa Lorenzo shows us some things you can do to keep your utility bills down.
When the weather turns to this and the temps do this.
It's dangerously cold. It's about 5 degrees right now.
Most of us do this. But for every degree you turn the thermostat up, it'll increase your heating bill by 3%. But there are some simple ways to cut costs. First, try lowering your thermostat by 10 degrees during the day while you're at work. You can save up to 10% on your energy bill. Some other steps to take: have your heating system professionally serviced. The Department of Energy says a well-maintained heat pump uses up to 25% less fuel than a neglected one. Clean and change your air filters. On average, a dirty air filter will cost you about $80 a year. Also, have someone look at your ductwork. As much as 30% of heat is lost to leaks here. Sealing drafts is another crucial step. Check windows and doors for air leaks and use weather stripping or caulk to seal any gaps. The Department of Energy says this can save an average of 15% on heating costs. Also, although it's cozy at night, don't forget to close your fireplace flue when you're not using it. Experts say you can lose up to 20% of the heat from your home through your chimney. With some smart ways to save you on your heating bill this winter, I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
And you can also consider investing in thermal curtains or blinds. These specially are designed for window treatments, and they can help insulate your home, and they only cost about $20. All right, it is 5:56 now. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, we're going to bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Triheen. Bob, we are continuing this string of sunny days.
Yes, it is nice and sunny, but it's just chilly. So the good news today is the winds have backed off a little bit, so it won't be as bad. Just stay in the sun and out of the breeze, and you should be okay. But bundle up this morning as you scrape the ice off your car. Temperatures in the 20s, above freezing around 8 a.m., and then through the 30s into the 40s with sunshine today. And I think we top out right around 45 later. Here's your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. Here comes a warm-up beginning tomorrow. We're looking at 52 there, 58 Friday. Showers into the weekend. Saturday is a warm day, 62. We start a cooling trend Sunday into Monday, and a stormy trend early next week with rain Monday. Could be heavy rain on Tuesday, a yellow alert for, well, maybe some significant rain and stronger winds, and then maybe by the end of the 10-day period, a chance of some rain and snow by next Friday.
All right, thanks, Bob. And coming up in our next hour, safety plans for students. Milford officials showing off proposals they hope will limit dangers from traffic near schools. All that and more as we continue on Coast TV News Today.